The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
We're outside. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Wild Bill. Wild Bill.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Yardage, and now they're going to need something more than throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Big yardage that time for the Jets, and even 40 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Bell. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
The tackle made by Jalen Brown. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Titans' 23.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now Darnold. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. Hey, make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And that will set him up in excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal.
Check.
Now Bell. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up. 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell. He'll get it up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal.
Let's go, D.
Darnold from the gun to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Le'Veon Bell. Incomplete. He was covered by Kevin Byard.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Got it.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
On second down, it's Henry, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Derrick Henry. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And look at this. It's a fake. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore number 1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you... And he's in! Touchdown, Jets! Jamison Crowder, 52 yards, and the Jets get the quick strike touchdown.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Here's Sam Ficken now for the Jet field goal. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Running from the gun with Henry. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, Henry. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. 17 yards on that play for the Titans. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
Let's make these big.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. They'll run with Henry, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Flush to his right.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. The run on 3rd and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football.
And look at this, another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off.
Yeah. One up and up, it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You could see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride.
We are just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop. At the 23-yard line.
Like 80. 46. He's timing in. Check three. Snicker.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Scrambling not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Roethlisberger. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's Darnold. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. To throw is Darnold, and this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st down, it's Samuels. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And now this throw complete to Washington. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 23 yards the pickup there. First carry for James Conner. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Eluding the pressure right. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw, Darnold. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
Brings up 4th down.
Hey, Zoom.
And they are going for it. Darnold. He's looking deep for Bell. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Team spill.
On 2nd down, Samuels. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he finds McDonald. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
1st down, Steelers.
Here we go, here we go.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do. Back
of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster there to make the grab. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows to 10-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go!
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Tyson Alualu. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Cameron Hayward able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Get out! 230. 58, come on. Not here. 50. Here we go. Here's
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Washington's got it. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, 41 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you're under a minute to go in the half, the first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. T.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Darnold now to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Roethlisberger now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. 3 first-half touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the rout is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter. Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Darnold completes it, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21. Now back to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Darnold to throw again. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. How about the safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll set up a throw. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell there to make the grab. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And a man out of the backfield gets in for the score. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And he's got this down to the 35. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Well, 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. With that incompletion, you know, Charles, one of the big storylines in the final few weeks of the season lies in the AFC South. Tennessee and Houston battling back and forth. Houston won round 1, week 15, a victory in Nashville. But which of those two teams do you think has the potential to go deeper in the playoffs?
Well, Tennessee just lost at home to Houston, and now we'll have to go on the road to play them again in week 17. So I would say, on the surface, you would think Houston. They have the quarterback as well in Deshaun Watson that scares everyone. But I'm picking Tennessee as a team that could go deeper because of their defense. That's really a top 5 defense on any given Sunday. Their ability to rush the passer, their ability to play the ball in the air. I like that Tennessee team, and I think Ryan Tannehill has switched it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Now Darnold looking long for Thomas. And he's going to be intercepted. Nelson and his guys are going to get the football at the